It is Sunday, April 5th, 2020. I'm Lights Camera Jackson. Welcome to LCJ Live. There is so much to talk about today. New shows, new movies. I've screened some films. It is a busy time. I've been saying over the last couple of weeks, I have been busier than ever. You know, the movie theaters are closed, but there are still so many movies debuting on streaming platforms, cable platforms, VOD, and new television shows popping up everywhere. New seasons of shows, new shows in general. There is so much going on. And so I'm going to give you the rundown on everything right here, right now, on LCJ Live. Of course, one of the big things happening tomorrow is the launch of Quibi. This is the new streaming service started up by Jeffrey Katzenberg, and I have screened Most Dangerous Game, one of the new shows on Quibi. It's like a movie in chapters, they call it, for their drama series. This stars Liam Hemsworth and two-time Academy Award winner Chris Waltz. So I'm going to have my review of that published at midnight tonight for Most Dangerous Game, because I can't talk about it until Quibi launches. So it'll be midnight tonight, sometime into tomorrow. Are you going to get Quibi? It's interesting, they're going for short-form content, but in this era when people are stuck at home needing something to watch, is long-form content going to be king? That's one of the big questions with Quibi. Also, I've got Branch and Poppy here because Trolls World Tour debuts this Friday, April 10th on VOD. Now, Trolls World Tour is the sequel to the 2016 DreamWorks animation hit. I screened it on Friday. Thanks to DreamWorks and Universal, I received a screener link of Trolls World Tour. I'm going to have my thoughts on that later this week. But here's what I will say. There are a lot of songs in this film. There are a lot of characters in this film. And if you're going to pay your $20 to watch it for the whole family, the kids are going to be really into the music and the characters and the look. And there's a lot of visual animation details. For the grown-ups, you're going to be focused on the story, and it's a more mature story than the first Trolls was, and so you're going to be focused on that. There's some interesting dynamics and themes brought up in Trolls World Tour. What's up, Brett Harity? Thanks for being here on LCJ Live. Made it through another week. We're here. So Trolls World Tour, it's going to be huge for Universal and DreamWorks with this VOD release. And it'll be in select theaters nationwide. If there's still a theater near you that is open, if there's a drive-in theater near you that's open, I think Trolls World Tour is going to end up in a lot of those different drive-in theaters and indoor theater locations around the country. Now, I watched a film last night. Whoo-wee! Bad Education. Hugh Jackman, Allison Janney. This one comes to HBO in a little less than 3 weeks now, Saturday, April 25th at 8 p.m. I'm not going to give my full opinion of it away yet, but here's the thing. This movie is going to start up a real conversation. It's going to start up a conversation about films being nominated and eligible for Emmys and Oscars. It happened to O.J. Made in America a few years ago. It happened to Free Solo. So HBO is debuting this movie. But quite honestly, is it possible for the best movie of 2020 to not qualify for the Academy Awards? That's where we're at right now with Bad Education. If you're a Hugh Jackman fan, wow. If you're an Allison Janney fan, wow. If this movie was up for Academy Awards last year, which was a consideration when it premiered at Toronto before it went to HBO, Hugh Jackman would have been in the lead actor conversation, Allison Janney in the supporting actress conversation. Would they have gotten nominated? I don't know, because last year was so crowded, but they're so good in it. I'll say that they're so good in it. Why not? I think it's my favorite film of the year. They're so good in it that they deserve to be in those categories, but with the way things went last year, I don't know how things would have shaken out to be. Any update on drive-in opening, says Brett Harity. You know, I voiced the Hollywood Drive-In and the Malta Drive-Ins in upstate New York. And I'll tell you, they are closed right now. And they're going to be closed for a decent amount of time because of what's happening. All the theaters being shut down and them not being allowed to open. But, you know, I think they should be open. I think families would go see Trolls and other films at the drive-ins, stay in their cars. Maybe tell them, don't even get out at all. Maybe don't even sell concessions. Just stay in your car and watch the film. This is necessary because these drive-ins aren't going to be open in November, December, when things might, finally be back to normal, unlike some of these other business establishments. So I think the drive-in should be open. Will they be open for a while? No. But I think they should be, and maybe Governor Cuomo and maybe the administration will understand what the drive-ins mean to popular Americana. But Everybody needs to stay home. That's the other thing. So it's this constant back and forth battle going on right now. Can you do certain things? Can you not? Should you completely stay home? Should you exercise? Can you exercise on your front lawn, but you can't exercise at a tennis court? It's such a back and forth. Everything is just so loosey-goosey a little bit with this whole thing. And it's just, everything's changing by the hour. I mean, I'm experiencing it here in upstate New York. The hot spot is 2.5 hours south of where I am in New York City. That's the hot spot right now. But you know there are other hot spots around the country. Of course there are. New York City's not the only one. It's just the only one that's getting all the testing right now. So anyway, yes, would love a drive-in experience, says Brett Harity. Yeah, I'd love a drive-in experience too. I think it'd be great. But that's where we are right now. But you know what? People are staying home. They're watching stuff at home, whether it's what's on Disney Plus with these Disney nature documentaries, Dolphin Reef and Elephant, or it's something like television. Look at Last OG. Tracy Morgan's show is back Tuesday night at 10:30. Look at Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. It's back tomorrow night at 10. Regis, Kimmel, Meredith Vieira together on a new ABC primetime special at 10 o'clock. Secrets and Surprises of Millionaire. That's going to be great. And then Millionaire officially returns Celebrity Edition. Jimmy Kimmel hosting Wednesday night at 10 o'clock. The celebs, you got Eric Stonestreet, because it's going to be right after the Modern Family finale. You got Jane Fonda, Anderson Cooper, Anthony Anderson Cooper. That's like a chain reaction thing. Dr. Phil is on. Will Forte. There's a bunch of different people coming on to play Celebrity Millionaire. And the good thing for ABC is they got it in before they had to shut down all the shows. They got to film them all. So it looks like we're going to have 8 episodes of Millionaire, 8 Wednesdays in a row, I guess, starting this Wednesday night on ABC. So yeah, I'm looking forward to the return of one of the most iconic game shows in television history in a new form, and to see Regis and Meredith again tomorrow night will be great. Well, what would the box office have been like if it was, normal today? Nothing's normal anymore, you know? What would it have been like, though? Well, maybe Mulan would have won for a second weekend, but it would have gone up against The New Mutants and Peter Rabbit 2, which Sony moved to August, which I thought was smart, and then they decided to move it again to January. Even though other films are still slated to open in July and August in that summertime, like Tenet on July 17, and Disney just moved Mulan to July 24, and SpongeBob just moved to July 31, but Sony with August 7 for Peter Rabbit said, nah, we're not even going to take any chances. Movie's done. Nah, let's just push it to January. I think they jumped the gun on that, and moving Ghostbusters and Morbius all the way to next March. Next March? I don't know. I think some of the studios are reacting to this whole thing better than others. Some of these studios are adapting to this whole thing better than others. I give Disney credit for a couple of things. Number one, they're keeping Soul on June 19 for as long as they possibly can. Number two, they are putting Artemis Fowl on Disney Plus, which I think is the right call. Based on how the movie looks, I've predicted it for the last several weeks that this movie would not be in theaters, that this movie would end up on Disney Plus. And it has. It's going to sometime this summer. Now, moving Jungle Cruise, though, all the way to July of 2021, that's something interesting. And maybe, I don't know if I totally agree with it, because they want to have theme park and cruise line marketing tied to this movie. Look at Jungle Cruise. Jungle Cruise was supposed to originally open October 18, 2019. Middle of 2019, Disney says, nope, we're moving you to next summer, and in its place, we're putting in Maleficent, Mistress of Evil. Now, that was smart in the end of putting their Maleficent there because it was a Halloween movie, and it made a decent amount of money. But now you got Jungle Cruise all the way to summer 2021 because you want theme park and cruise line marketing. Even on a movie that has already had trailers out for months, a film that has such a star power of Dwayne Johnson and Emily Blunt, you're telling me you'd rather have more marketing go into this movie than just getting the movie out there on Disney Plus or releasing it around the holidays. I don't know. It's a really interesting call they made on that. But I think others, again, adjusting to this better than some studios. Look at what Paramount did with A Quiet Place, putting it Labor Day weekend. That seems like a good spot. SpongeBob, July 31, that seems good for now. They can have alternative plans when it comes to SpongeBob if need be. Moving the Lovebirds to Netflix, I think is a smart move because, frankly, if the Lovebirds had opened this weekend against New Mutants, Peter Rabbit, Mulan Week 2, I think it would have bombed. So now you're putting it on Netflix, maybe getting it a better chance of actually more people seeing it. So yeah, some really, really fascinating stuff going on with releases. And let's get back to Bad Education a little bit, because this movie could have gone to a theatrically released studio, a studio like Warner Brothers or Universal or somebody like that, who would have tried to put it out for award season at the end of last year, while Hugh Jackman was on his global tour. That probably wouldn't have gone well for campaigning. And it might have gotten lost in everything, even though it's so good. This ended up being the right thing. I know Hugh and Allison Janney were probably thinking, oh man, we're not going to get Oscar chances now. It can't qualify. But now that everybody can watch this movie at home and it can't get delayed anymore, that's a plus. And maybe, just maybe, all the rules are about to be thrown out the window. You know, with the Golden Globes now saying, look, if you had a film and it was supposed to be in theaters, but you had to move it to VOD, something like Trolls World Tour, you can now qualify. You need, proof of whatever. Now all the rules are going to be thrown out. I really think so. They could be. If the Academy says, yeah, you know what, we're okay with streaming films this year and VOD films this year qualifying because of the way things were, then what if they actually thought, hey, when the theaters open back up again, just for the heck of it, let's put Bad Education in theaters for a week and get it nominated. Maybe to qualify for the Oscars and the Emmys, maybe. Because again, you are going to have people writing stories, and I may be one of them, and I'll keep championing this movie now for a long, long time. You're going to have people say, one of the, if not the best movie of the year can't qualify for Oscars? That's crazy talking craziness and going to make the Academy look old and stingy like most of the time they are. What's up? Blue Groove 1, thanks for being here on LCJ Live. Yeah, Bad Education. April 25, 8 p.m. HBO. I've also seen Love, Wedding, Repeat, which is a new rom-com coming to Netflix this Friday, April 10th. It stars Olivia Munn and Sam Claflin. They are kind of the new Julia Roberts and Hugh Grant when it comes to rom-coms. In Love, Wedding, Repeat, I'll have my review of that on Friday because that's the embargo Netflix has sent out. But if you're into rom-coms, it's a little bit different than your normal rom-com. You just won't realize it until about an hour in. And there is a big-time celebrity who's the narrator of the film, uncredited. And I won't say who it is, but that's what I'll say for now about Love, Wedding, Repeat. Yeah. What's the best Netflix documentary? Well, hey, look at what OJ did. Look at OJ Made in America. Look at that. A film that was a multi-part doc. Netflix put it out in theaters. They aired it on TV. They sent it out for screeners. It wins the Academy Award. Then the Academy says, can't have multi-part docs anymore. Can't have them. Literally, like the day after the Oscars, after it wins, they were like, can't have multi-part docs anymore. Felt that was a little insulting to make that rule so quickly, to put that in. It was almost like insulting OJ, Made in America. I didn't like that they instituted that right away. But look at what that film did. But look at Free Solo, which is National Geographic. It won the Oscar and won some Emmys. So everything, those lines are blurred. Those lines are blurred now. TV is film. Film is TV. It's like Matthew McConaughey's philosophical reasons for everything. With Telescope and Neptune, TV is film. Film is TV. Life is life. Just keep living. All of that. That's what we're going to see. And Bad Education is going to strike up those conversations again because people don't have... we do have a lot to talk about in entertainment, but if you want to focus on something, if you want to focus on a semi-controversial aspect of entertainment right now, with no big superhero movies out and other things, you want to focus on that, you can focus on a film like Trolls or Artemis Fowl going to a streaming service instead of in theaters, and you could focus on a film that's being shown on cable television and on their outlets like HBO Go, HBO Now, HBO Max soon, whatever HBO comes up with next. But you can't qualify for that for the Oscars? Even though more people are going to see it and it's getting incredible reviews? Whew! Is an interesting time to be in the world of entertainment. It truly, truly is. Also coming to Netflix this week, a film called The Main Event. It's a family movie, WWE. And when it comes to next weekend, April the 17th, what's going on with My Spy? Once again, STX, just kind of saying, yeah, movie's going to come out April 17th, but we don't know what's going on. We won't tell you until like 2 days before if we delay the movie again another 5-8 months. Who knows? Is My Spy going to VOD? I don't know. Nobody knows. Maybe STX doesn't even know. We'll get into more of that this week. But here's what I will say before we sign off of LCJ Live today. The Modern Family finale and Millionaire coming back this week are going to be huge things for ABC. Wednesday night will be big. Who knows how the ratings will be for Modern Family. The show's been kind of dipping in recent years. But if you're into the show, you haven't seen the show in years, you got to watch. They're starting the retrospective at 8 o'clock. The finale at 9, the start of Millionaire at 10, Wednesday night on ABC. That's going to be big. And tomorrow, my review of Most Dangerous Game from Quibi and my new LCJ Q&A podcast episode with the director and producer of Trolls World Tour, Walt Dorn and Gina Shea. They talk about the big move to VOD and what the sequel means to them. And if they tried to top Can't Stop the Feeling, the big phenomenon Oscar-nominated hit from the first movie, did they try to top it in Trolls World Tour when it came to the music, and know all about the sequel? Some really interesting stuff. So check that out. Tomorrow, new LCJ Q&A podcast episode. That'll probably be up at midnight Eastern as well tonight. And also I interviewed Duncan Trussell of the Midnight Gospel. That interview coming next week, and there's more on the way. There is so much happening, so keep it to my social media. That's Twitter at LCJ Reviews, Facebook, Lights Camera Jackson, Jackson Murphy, Instagram at LightsCam Jackson, and the website is lights-camera-jackson.com. If you have not listened to the Back to You podcast special 1-year anniversary episode, please do that. Please go back and listen to all the other episodes of the Back to You podcast. It was so much fun doing this Back to You 1-year episode, talking about the Carol Second Act reunion, meeting up with Kelsey Grammer again, previewing the Modern Family finale. Lots of interesting stuff. So check that out. Had a great time doing that, and we'll see if there are more Back to You podcast episodes in the future. As always, stay safe, stay positive, stay healthy. We'll see you back here next Sunday, Easter Sunday. Special Easter Sunday episode of LCJ Live, also celebrating 2 years of LCJ Live because we began this on April 15, 2018. Next Sunday, April 12, close to that, we'll celebrate 2 years of LCJ Live here on Easter Sunday. I'm Lights Camera Jackson. Thank you for watching LCJ Live. Stay safe, stay positive, stay healthy. Have a good week. I'll see you next Sunday for Easter. Bye-bye.